Hello and welcome to the Scientific Adventures of Beardman. Today we're going to be looking at a concept builder on physicsclassroom.com under the topic of kinematics with the title Position Time Graphs Numerical Analysis. So we just finished the conceptual analysis. You can take a look at that if you'd like. I linked that here. That's got the foundation for the discussion of position time graphs. All right. So first, just remember in that last video that I just linked, it teaches you how to calculate the slope, which is the velocity. We'll get back to that in just a moment. But first, I'm going to actually link here a video on distance and displacement. The Apprentice Level is all about distance and displacement, looking at a graph to recognize them. So first of all, distance is how far you travel. You can think of it as the number of steps on your Fitbit. It doesn't matter what direction you're going. If you're going somewhere and coming back, it's still going to count all of those steps. So in that case, if we're going to find the distance during these 20 seconds, we'll need to figure out how far we go this direction, then this direction, then this direction. Okay. We're going to use the number line here to get a sense of that. So we start right here. Okay. And then during the first 4 seconds, we're going to travel to 3 meters. So we're going to go all the way over here. That's 17 meters. Then from 4 seconds to 12 seconds, we're going to go from 3 to 15. Okay, so we come back 3 to 15. Well, 3 to 15, that's 12 more meters. 12 more meters. Okay, and finally from 12 seconds to 20 seconds, during those last 8 seconds, we travel from 15 to 8. Okay, so we go from 15 to 8. Now, of course, you're going back and forth. I just didn't want to draw them on top of each other. So 15 to 8, that's another 7 meters. Okay, so if we add those all together, 17 meters plus 12 meters plus 7 meters, we will get our total, which would be 36 meters. Should have units on everything. Oops, that was not much of an M. All right, and so that's how you do distance. The total distance is the distance of each leg added up together. Okay, so now if we go on to displacement, displacement's actually much simpler. I have a little equation here written down. The displacement is delta x. The change in position is another way to say that. The change in position is the same as any change. It's the final value minus the initial value. So we just take the final value minus the initial value. So if we want the displacement for the full 20 seconds, we'll go to the final value here, which is, let's see, that's 5. So this would be 8 meters, and we go to the initial value. The initial value is 20 meters. Once again, initial because that's at time 0, final because that's at the ending time. So final, which is 8 meters, final minus initial, 20 meters, means the total displacement of this person is negative 12 meters. So keep in mind, if it started at 20, it ended up at 8, it changed by 12 meters, negative 12 meters. It got smaller, smaller distance, smaller position, I should say. Okay, so that's how you do that. Just use this equation right there. All right, so that's the apprentice level. Moving on to the master level, we have speed equals distance times time, distance divided by time, and we pointed out in the last video that I linked at the beginning that speed is distance or displacement, which is the change in position over a change in time. That's a change in y over a change in x. And so when we do that, we're actually finding the slope. So the slope of a position time graph is the speed or velocity if you're talking one-dimensional motion. And this doesn't get too much into the difference between them. So let's go ahead and start calculating it. So if we go here, we find our displacement. By the way, it asks you to find velocity. Velocity, you should be using displacement. There's never a situation where I think in these questions where that's different. So how far did we go? Well, we ended up at 15. We started at 5. 15 minus 5 is 10 meters. How much time did that take? 0 to 20, or 20 minus 0 is 20 seconds. And so we'd plug in 0.5, and the units are already written for you, meters per second. Okay, that's how fast this is going. And that's what you do in the master level. Okay, now let me just see really quick. Did I put... No, I did not. Okay, so in the master level, just keep in mind that if your line you're measuring goes like this, that's not a very straight line, but you get the idea, then your displacement would be 5 minus 15, so you'd have negative 10 meters in the top divided by 20 seconds, and you'd get negative 0.5 meters per second. Okay, so don't forget to check and see if it's sloping down, which will be that negative. All right. So then this is the wizard level, and there's a bunch of different kinds of problems in the wizard level. I'll step you through one of each just to make sure you've got the idea, and then you can do the ones on Physics Classroom on your own to make sure you understand it. Okay, so here you're asked to extrapolate. What does extrapolate mean? Extrapolate means, well, first of all, not extrapolating would be like if I asked you at 10 seconds, where is this object? You'd go up from 10 and you'd say it's at 10 meters. Or at 15 seconds, where is it? Well, it's at 12.5 meters. Extrapolating means going beyond this line and thinking about somewhere over here on the graph or over here on the graph. Okay, so in this case, we're asked to predict what it would be if we were at 25 over here somewhere. Okay, so as this keeps going, what will it be at 25? Okay, well, you can go ahead. The easiest way I think to do it is to calculate the speed. So the speed of this one goes from 15 to 5, so that's 10 meters. How much time does it take to do that? 20 seconds. Boy, I picked a bunch that had the same. Well, that's right, I just used the same graph. Okay, so 0.5 meters per second. Okay, and there you go. 0.5 seconds, 0.5 meters per second. So that means every second it changes 0.5 meters. And so after 1 second, it's going to change 0.5 meters. So you can just count it off, or you can multiply by 5. Okay, so count it off, 0.5 here. So here we're at 15, so that'd be 15.5, 16, 16.5, 17, 17.5 would be your answer, because that's 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. So 25 would be 17.5 meters. Okay, you could also use an equation here. If we have the velocity equals the displacement divided by the time, that's just the way I tend to write this equation. Okay, because velocity, it's a little bit more accurate for velocity. Right now, as I mentioned, they're virtually the same. But if we want to figure out where something is, its change in position, we can do delta x, just multiply both sides by t, so the velocity is multiplied by t. So then you get the velocity of 0.5 meters per second times the time of 25 seconds, and you'll be able to see that we get, whoops, I don't know why I did divided by, let me do equals 12.5 meters. Well, why didn't that come out to 17.5? Well, this is the change in position is 12.5. It started at 5, and if it changes 12.5, then that's 17.5 is where it'll be at. So that's two different ways you could go about doing that kind of a problem. All right, the next kind of problem has you calculate the velocity during a particular period in time. So during, in this case, during the last 8 seconds. So from here to here. Notice it'll always be one line segment. Okay, so if we put our delta x over t, we get delta x ended at 8. It began at 15. It ended at 20. And it began at 12. Okay, and so we get -7 meters divided by 8 seconds. Okay, which gives you, what is that? I think it's 0.875. If I'm wrong about that, you can correct me. You can use a calculator to get this. I'm not too worried about your ability to take 7 divided by 8. I should have had a calculator with me. That's okay. All right, so notice we just did final values minus initial values, and we got our speed. Now, one thing I want to point out is sometimes it says, what is the speed at 15 seconds or at 17 seconds or something like that? Well, keep in mind, what we calculated here was the average speed or average velocity. But notice, because we have a straight line, that means that that's at constant velocity. That means the velocity at every point is the same. So whatever value you get here is the value here and here and here and here and here, anywhere along there, because it's a straight line. So then you just pick that. So don't be thrown off if it asks you for a particular point. Just find the speed of that segment, the velocity of that segment, and you will have found it at that particular point. All right, so the next kind says use the graph to determine the overall displacement. So this is just like we did at the beginning, but in this case it says something like after 12 seconds. Okay, so we're only looking to this point. Well, where did it end up? It ended up at 15. It started at 17, 15 minus, did I say 17? 20. It started at 20. 15 minus 20 is -5 meters. Boy, having trouble writing today. So -5 meters, there is the displacement. At 12 seconds, it started at 15 meters, or it ended at 15 meters, and it started at 20. Final minus initial. Okay, next, there are a couple graphs that will have 2 lines like this. One of the types of questions related to that is how much faster is one object going compared to the other? Well, in this case, you just need to find the speed of both of them, or the velocity of both of them, and then subtract, and that'll tell you the difference, how much faster one of them is going. So starting up here, we have 20 minus 10 for our position. 20 minus 10 is 10 meters divided by 20 minus 0, 20 seconds. And so that's 0.5 meters per second. The second line here goes from, it ends up at 9 minus 5, 9 minus 5, and again 20 seconds. So that's 4 divided by 20, that's 0.2 meters per second. And so then we subtract those 0.5 meters per second minus 0.2 minus 0.2 meters per second, and we get our final answer of 0.3 meters per second. Okay, you just find the two of them, subtract them, and that tells you how much faster one is going than the other. The other is even simpler than that. What distance are the two objects separated at a certain time? So at 10 seconds, we go to 10 seconds. And we say, how much are these separated? Well, that one's at 7 meters. This one's at 15. How far apart are 15 and 7? They're 8 apart. Okay, you can count them if you want. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And bada boom, bada bang, we're done with that problem. And that is the final problem. So as you go through and puzzle those out, feel free to reference back the section that you need. And if you enjoyed the video, click the like and subscribe button, and we'll see you the next time on the scientific adventures of